Good morning, East Texas. Your time is 5:30. Well, the deadline to submit your tax return is now behind us, but that doesn't mean tax season is over.
The official deadline to file taxes or for an extension was a few hours ago at midnight last night. The IRS now has to process all those returns, now with the help of artificial intelligence. As an accounting expert with Texas A&M's Mays Business School tells us, this will help catch mistakes humans could miss.
Are AI systems out there that are targeted specifically for tax law. This way, instead of memorizing all the code or using the keyword search, you can just kind of have a conversation with the AI and kind of see what conclusions you can draw based on how it views the Internal Revenue Code.
Now, GMET's Emma Kay is tracking what information that software uses to determine how you should file and what the drawbacks are. Emma, good morning.
Good morning. The purpose of using AI to sift through data, whether that be your tax codes or your specific information, is to allow accountants to shift their primary focus from data entry to strategy. The software uses algorithms to cross-check your return against income it already has on file. That includes bank interest, earnings from side gigs, and transactions through payment apps. But that speed comes with a catch. Experts don't recommend using generalized AI programs for tax compliance. For one, it might not have the right answer, and there's always a risk when it comes to uploading your personal information, especially your tax information, which can put you at risk for fraud if it gets into the wrong hands. So consider this your reminder to be mindful of the information you enter into any system, and make sure to double check your forms yourself before you click submit. Now, you can also ask AI to walk you through the process of filing your taxes rather than inputting your information directly. Back to you.
All right, Emma, thanks a lot. And you could see some changes at your kids' graduations this semester. AI announcing the graduate's name. A software will allow students to record and train the AI on how to pronounce their names. It will also help school districts project names onto a big screen. Now, the district says it will make the process a smooth, memorable, and respectful celebration for every member of the class of 2026. But students and parents are not liking the idea behind it all.
There's such a distinct human factor to having somebody who knows you and who's contributed to your education say your name while you walk.
Graduation ceremonies are one of the most change-resistant and tradition-laden things that we do in education.
Right now, this new software is for sure being used in North Texas school districts, but there is some pushback from students to keep the traditional human reading their names as they cross the stage in just a few weeks.